very important component. You guys train together?
Only 300.
It was like May of '97, and I was, how old was I? 36 years old, and I was looking good.
All right, it's 300 on, right?
Yeah, not kilos.
Okay.
At 36.
At 36.
Yeah.
But that's my goal now because I'm 49, so I want to bench. I want to match that before I turn 50. I'm starting lifting again.
Oh, I was in during your prime time.
No, I didn't lift weights.
Oh.
That's how you said.
Yeah, I didn't really lift weights. And that tough sprinting. We would run a workout on a Wednesday, for instance, where we would run 6 200s with 75 seconds rest. And one time, just to tell you, our toughest workout ever was 6 times 200 with 60-second rest, and they were all in the 23s. You're going to get strong like in 23 seconds, between 23 and 23.9, 6 of them with 60-second rest. Yeah, so you get strong, your muscles get strong just from doing that kind of work. So that's what I'm talking about, the running. Not running a lot all day and 3 workouts a day, it's just the high quality of running.
Right, but there is a question, I think, because a lot, as you know, Malaysia is quite humid.
Yeah.
Do you still, does it matter whether it's hot, cold, or?
I lived in Houston, Texas. Houston is exactly like this, maybe even a little warmer. Humid, hot. It was so hot some days we had to put water down on the track to put our hands down. So I love, the heat is great. I had multiple events. I was a long jumper that also sprinted. So when you have those multiple events, you stay busy. And number 2, I really took my career seriously. I knew that there was a period of time where I could only run, it would be over. So I didn't want to waste it. And I wanted to be the best that I could be all the time. I always wanted to be better. And it was my job in business, so therefore I helped my business and brand. So it was all together. And I was just fortunate that I was able to do what I loved so much. And it was a job I went to every day, but it was also hung out with my best friends all the time. I could travel. So it was all encompassed into one for me. So the times and the performances and all that stuff were just kind of as a part of it. Because the main thing was just me just out there training every day, staying in shape, hanging with my best friends, going to meets. I mean, and then taking it the next level of working. I love the title, The World's Fastest Human. It was a great title to have, you know. And then number 3, as things went on, I saw, wow, I mean, this is what Jesse's doing. I have a chance to do more. So the way to do it, first of all, is claim one event. And if you want to be a jumper and a sprinter, that one event has to be the long jump because it's much more difficult, as you know. So if you want to do both, you have to be a long jumper, get the long jump straight, and then you can do sprints. What I used to do is the long jump workout, and then do the sprint workout, and then do the long jump workout all the time. So I always did double, not 2 a day, but right afterwards I do my approaches or my jumping. After starts or sprints or whatever. So what my suggestion to you is if you want to do both, then get the long jump under control because you cannot go from sprinting to long jump, but you can easily go from long jump to sprinting. And you can see all the time, all these sprinters that tried the long jump, they never had success, but some long jumpers had success in sprinting, so that's it. So if you prefer to sprinting, stay at the sprinting and leave the long jump alone. You know, sports is, and jumping and running is a technical event. You know, people get out there and they go into Ungawa and start singing Kumbaya at the starting line, and that has never won a race, okay? Y'all kumbaya all you want, but I'm a kumbaya al, okay? So, I can promise you that. So what you need to do is understand that the 100 meters, let me ask you a question, everyone. How long can you run full speed? How long can you go at your actual maximum full speed? How long can you maintain it? How long?
6 to 7 seconds.
Okay.
Anyone else?
Anyone else?
Want to guess?
Okay, you can maintain, check this out. You can maintain top speed for 10 meters. Did you know that? 10 meters. That's 1 second to 1.5 seconds you can maintain. So you right there, you, yeah, no, in front of you.
Orange.
No, just in front of the white shirt with the polo shirt on.
The lady.
Yeah, it's a lady, Stand up. So this is about this is at 10 meters, right?
Yeah.
No, hold on, it's okay. The world's gonna be a better place to live. It's all right. Just work with me. Just take my lead, okay? We're dancing here. I'm on the front. Okay. So you can only run full speed. You can only run full speed this far. So therefore, you are spending 90 meters speeding up and slowing down. Yeah. So that's why you have to. So therefore, so to answer your question, the way I ran it, I accelerated out of the blocks, and I hit my full speed usually from 60 to 70 meters is where my full speed was. So I accelerated to 60 to 70. Then when I hit 70, I just relax and maintain. So the 100 meters, it goes like this, maintain, and goes down. So now, the one that's going to win the race is the one that goes up this, maintain, and goes down at that angle instead of down at this angle. If you notice, I was always running past people at the end, right? It's because their angle at the end was going like this, and my angle was going like that. So in your training, you have to learn to accelerate, maintain, and relax at the end, and that's why you're slowing down. You have to have a race strategy, and that's what you're missing because you're singing Kumbaya. You should be. Am I making sense? So your race strategy is accelerate to 60 or to 50 or 60 meters, and then relax and maintain, and that comes from training longer distances, 300s, 400s, and maintaining your tire just like you. And running short sprints to learn how to run the 60. So that's really what it is. And if you run 100 meters, that's it. If you run to 60, I used to accelerate to 40, full speed from 40 to 50, maintain it to 60. If I ran to 200, I'd accelerate all the way through the turn, and I'd hit full speed coming off the turn, at the top speed, the first 10 meters off the turn, and then maintain the straightaway. So you just have the same strategy and just stretch it out. And after that, I started two companies, one called CLEG, which is Carl Lewis Entertainment Group, which manages marketing and branding services around my name and other products and services. And I started the Carl Lewis Foundation, which we focus on physical education and wellness through family involvement, getting kids active and exercising. And now we've actually added a component of education in schools and public schools. So that's kind of basically the basis of what I do, and I'm also a board member of a number of different charities and organizations. I have relationships like this wonderful relationship with Nike, which, like I mentioned last night, which next month I first signed with Nike in 30 years ago next month, which is ridiculous. And none of you are even 30, and I was already in the house. So that's the basis of what I do now. And so, fortunately for me, is I had a great career and I had great people around me, and so I'm at a point where I can still make my own choices and do the things that I enjoy. And so right now, presently, I live on the East Coast. I've lived in Houston, I've lived in Los Angeles area, and I live on the East Coast. So that's what I do, and I enjoy my life. You can see I don't have a bad day. I really, because I don't think I have bad times in the day, but I get over it. Because I've had a great life. When you're like athlete of the century, how do you have a bad day? Are you kidding me? You need to focus on keeping doping and drugs out of sports. You're not going to have the best athletes. You're going to have the best dopers. And so you really want the best athletes. That's the whole point of sports. So that's why I really felt it was a crime to our sport. And look what it's done to our sport. So until the athletes take control of it and really do it, it's just always going to be a problem. Honestly, I have a pretty interesting life, but for the most part, when I'm home, it's really pretty boring. And so I'm like, if my life is boring, you finish the answer, okay. I had a great time today, okay. Oh my goodness gracious. No, it was too light. Oh, yeah? I can see these on my color. You know what, I've been asked that question before, and here's what I would say. Do you remember the movie Roots? You guys, you've seen it in reruns, of course, but I remember when it came out. But LeVar Burton, this is completely off the bank. LeVar Burton was in that movie, and he's had a 40-year career now. I don't think there's really anyone. I would love for someone young and new and fresh to play my character if I was in a movie. And hopefully it's good enough to launch someone's career, and that's it. So my thing is that someone we don't know, someone young, looks athletic, and make sure that. Of course they can act, but better than that, when they actually run, they look like they actually can run. These movies when they're like running like this. Yes, I'm the fastest man in the world. Well, why don't you alternate legs and arms? So, That was the world record. It was a great race.
Six went under 10 seconds.
Yeah, exactly. I pulled him on along. You know, old man said, "Come on here." but I guess the most memorable would be the first and the last gold medals, because the first was at the Olympics, and my first one. You can't win any if you don't win the first. And then the last, I knew it was the last. So I would say those two are kind of like the top.
Thanks.
Any other questions? Yes.
People that are coming into the sport that are not really coaches, that are just saying, "Okay, I know how to get you there," and that's it. So I think it's really hurt the sport. And it's hurt the credibility, and I just hope that people understand that it really takes, it's really simple. Hard work, dedication, good coaches, people that care about it, understand that you want to keep the sport for the future. The sport, because now, whenever someone runs fast, people don't believe it anymore. You know, and that isn't because of anything other than the fact of what the athletes and the coaches have allowed to happen. So I hope that they can focus on getting that credibility back, and then people will believe what's going on.